Hello and welcome back to another edition of the MCR. My name is Mac, and with me is my co-host TJ. Today we're gonna throw out 5 questions, and we'll both comment on them. And please, by all means, like, share, and subscribe. We haven't had a new subscriber on YouTube in forever, so please take a moment to hit that button. Hit the subscribe and like button everywhere. So the first question is. They can't eliminate child pornography, which fuels child trafficking. I don't think that's disputable to you.
No.
But they can censor every post we make. They can go back 3 years and sift out a problem or for a complaint and take our channel down. Or they can kick you off Facebook or put you in the Facebook jail, which I contend is full of virtue signalers, but so on and so forth. Any comment on that?
Well, just it's it's upside down. Almost like a perversion of ethics.
Right.
I keep saying it flies in the face of reason.
And it certainly does. Although, I got to tell you, in my life, I've had a few things happen that I thought could never happen, but this doesn't quite fall into that category, but it does. I never had a clue how many pedophiles there were in the world and what high level they were in government and, all sorts of organizations.
And this organization has been around for such a long time. NAMBLA, North American Man-Boy Love Association.
Just its name, is cringy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not hiding anything. They're putting it right out there. They want to molest children. So let's move on to number 2. They can contact trace everyone you've met in a year, but can't locate anyone who steals and molests children.
Well, again, and they're kind of selecting what to prosecute or investigate and what they won't. I mean, it's like almost any person on the right gets a rectal examination, and any person on the left gets a complete pass.
Yeah, there's no question about that. We have a 2-tier justice system that's based on race. It's based on political ideology. It's based on your religion. They can, and this is the third one, they can tabulate 150 million votes over a commercial break, but can't count the votes in Maricopa County in an entire month.
Maricopa County. I was just thinking about that this morning. That's become Arizona's version of Michigan's Wayne County. You know that?
Yes, yeah.
You keep hearing Maricopa, and I thought, my gosh, that's Michigan's Wayne County. That's what I mean. And Wayne County in Michigan's corrupt as all get out.
Well, there's a picture on the wall behind me, over my shoulder here, of the late Archbishop Fulton Sheen, and one of his favorite quotes is, or one of my favorite quotes of his is, "You can always do what you want to do."
Yeah.
So when they want to tabulate 150 million votes over a commercial break, they can do it, but they can't count the votes in Maricopa because they don't want to. Because they have a other agendas and so on and so forth, or so on and so forth. But yeah. So anything else on that?
Well, I was just going to say, going back to Arizona's last gubernatorial election, Katie Hobbs knew she didn't even have to bother campaigning because they were gaming the system.
Yeah. So she was in the catbird seat to certify her own election.
Yep. It's just horrible.
Okay. We'll move on to number 4. And like I said, we don't want this to be a long video, but they can monitor every $600 transaction you and I make or gun purchase for every American, but can't locate billions of dollars sent to the Ukraine. And the Pentagon is still missing $220 billion worth, which is nothing but a shrug of the shoulders. I guess we lost it.
Well,
so how is that possible?
Accountability. Select accountability is what you got going on there.
Well, yeah, the people who are, I would tell you, the people who are in charge of accounting for it are the people who stole it.
Yeah.
And our last one. They can geofence your phone and show ads based on your private conversations. And we've all experienced this. I even think about a new bowling ball, and there's an ad on Facebook for it. But you can't locate damning evidence against the Biden crime family while holding the laptop for nearly 3 years. And I'll go back to Bishop Sheen's quote, "You can always do what you want to do." If that were Donald Trump Jr.'s laptop, boy, they'd have been through that with a fine-tooth comb in about a nanosecond.
Yeah, you mentioned what was it, geofencing or geotracking?
Yeah.
I remember the organizations that were looking into the last electoral anomalies, where the leftist organizations were saying, well, that's not evidence as to their ballot harvesting and their whole mule operation. Yet, it was one of those things where they're seeking to convict people for whatever crime because the geo-tracking had them at that location or whatever. I mean,
it's evidence that the Rhino Republicans don't want to see. They want to pretend everything was fair and stable and like it's always been, which it clearly hasn't been for probably in our lifetime. Hasn't been on the square. But so those are the 5 questions I had, and we'll wrap it up. But unless you have anything to add.
No.
Just food for thought for you out there, folks. But until our next meeting, be safe, watch your 6, and don't tread on me.